Wow, that was the Flying Scotsman. Welcome to Partickhill Station. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be out there in the YouTube world. Welcome back to Partickhill Station. I'm Charlie. Please give me an audio check if you can hear me clearly. Well, there was one person watching, but they seem to have dropped off. As soon as you come on, just give me the A-OK for the audio so that we can move forward with this. In the meantime, oh, somebody's in. So whoever that might be in the background. Oh, there you go, hot dog. Andy, how are you? And thanks very much for giving me the heads up. So it's day 3, Andy, of me quitting Streamyard. And it looks as if I might go EV Mux or just go with the $0 Streamyard, but I'm more inclined to give them a pass, given it they took me for nearly $1,000 without telling me. Anyway, hope you're good, Andy. What's happening down your neck of the woods? Yeah, exactly. You know, as I told you, I've got 9 days and then I'm done, basically, in terms of what I've paid them. So this is day 3, and you know, I might do up to 8, and then I'll do one between Christmas and New Year, and that'll be it for Streamyard. Yeah, I was out for a walk with my neighbour again this morning for our daily constitutional. I had to wear my little woolly gloves. It was a little bit cool, but no snow as yet. There is a possibility that there could be snow coming this weekend, but not a lot. If you were to look at a map of Ontario and you can see Toronto sitting on the lake, well, about a 2-hour drive north would take you into ski country up towards Georgian Bay, and they're expecting 50 to 60 centimeters of snow this weekend. Now, I used to live up there, and I learned to ski downhill there. And that was an experience. And there were some very, very chilly days. You know, we're up there skiing downhill, facing the water, and the wind's coming off the lake. It just cut right through you. Anyway, that was a very interesting guest we had yesterday. Klondike Sean over there in Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. Who would have thought? And like, interesting subject matter. And I watched one of his videos earlier this morning where he had received the kit from JS Models. Now, I looked it up, and JS Models is in the UK, but they seem to have other locations too. And he put together this double arched bridge very simply, very quickly, and it fitted together properly, and it looked just outstanding, just like the one you saw yesterday. I fancy getting one of those and just having a go of putting it together. And just think, oh, Tom Houston, good morning. Damp and grey. That's, yeah, no, what can I tell you, Tom? So yeah, all kinds of great stuff out there. And he's obviously got a really well equipped workshop. Oh, Dave, good morning. How are you? Yeah, well, Dave, listen, what else are you going to do? You get time on your hands. You may as well join in and have a laugh at our expense. So what is it you're up to, Dave? Painting or landscaping? Well, Dave, I was just, thank you. And I was just interested in that particular TCS TCS decoder, and how you fitted it. I can imagine how you fitted it, but just to see it done and see what the result is. I won't be able to do it until after Christmas, when I come back up from Nashville, and I'll have that adapter that I can use with the decoder, and then I would have a go at it then. But thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, I was just saying, Dave, Sean from Klondike down in Iowa, he must have a really well equipped workstation, because he had three 3D printers initially in the background, but then he said, well, I've got 2 laser cutters as well. Now, I know laser cutters aren't cheap. I'm not really sure what the pricing points are these days, but there'll be a few $100 anyway. And it'd be, what era does he run? Andy, I think he does North American. That's all I can tell you. I'm assuming he's running trains that run through Iowa, and Dave might be, and yourself might be more familiar with what that might be, BNSF, whatever. Because when you look at his big TV in the background, you can see that's what's traveling through there. Hey, Dave, I just posted the link for yourself. If you want to take a couple of minutes and just show us what you're up to. Yeah, modern stuff, I think, Andy. Yeah, so it just shows you And I scouted around early this morning before my walk to see what was going on out there. And as you know, there's lots of stuff doing, lots of guys doing lots of stuff. Really amazing. And there was something like, yeah, the hair and makeup. Yeah, right on. So there was it's like an NMRA trains and tracks or something like that. And it's this organisation that have got people coming in on the presentation and doing their own thing, showing what they're up to. And I think I mentioned this before. It was so interesting. And there was somebody else there showing one of those bridges. A leopard's tail, good morning. Do you see something you like? Yeah, so I've got that one blue Pullman. There's Lee. Hi, Lee. I've got the one blue Pullman, and then I've got another set of dummy and power car. And I think I may have another power car of the grey and white Pullman. And you know, I'm scouting around as whatever shows I go to in search of the middle coaches for that grey and blue Pullman. You used to see lots of them around. Yeah, Andy, catch you later. Yeah, you used to see lots of them around, but not recently. You can sometimes find a 3-car set, and I saw one with my friend Faisal at the Whitby show, but it was too much money. I don't know. I might have paid $60 or $80 for that grey set. And the blue one, you know, I picked it up over the years. Just try to keep it clean. And it runs fine. It's got the knurled wheels. And I don't mind that because, it's quite a cool sound. The grey one isn't as noisy. And yeah, I'm not sure about that. So for something else to add to your list of sites to go to and things to see, you know, I'll give you a list here. Maybe just type them in. Yeah, so sorry, was it Lee? What was the idea behind the knurled wheels? Tom, back in the 60s when these came out, oh, here's Dave. Device is not connected. You need to connect your mic and cam. Dave. Yeah, Tom, so you had to connect your, sorry. So they came with knurled wheels. And I guess it was a time where they were transitioning into something else. And I think the knurled wheels was just an audio effect. So it doesn't make any difference to the running. It doesn't contribute anything. And many people have had them ground down. So I think it was just to set them apart. Yeah, Dave, it said something about you had to, I'm going to remove you. You had to add your mic and camera. You can always try it again. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just typing in chat. Oh, there's Dave. Well done, Dave. There you go, Dave. I'm just going to do it.
Oh, I think we're working. Do we have audio?
Right and left.
Oh, man, look at this state of my hair.
Okay, Dave, I can see you, but... Oh, okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
Can I? Speak up or forever hold your tongue.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool.
If everybody else can hear you, that's good.
Well, if you can hear me, that's all that matters, eh, Charlie? I'm not sure why it was not letting me select a camera or mic earlier. It was just greyed out. It's just weird. Maybe there was a satellite delay all the way up to, where are you, Ottawa?
Richmond Hill.
Richmond, all right. Okay, that's near Toronto.
Yeah, it's above Highway 7.
Okay.
So as a result, we tend to get more snow.
Oh, did you have some this morning? I had some in my windscreen, I noticed.
No snow, maybe the weekend, and only flurries.
Yeah, I think it's coming tonight where we are.
Yeah, you generally get hammered down there.
It's not too bad. Overall, I think we get pretty good weather where we are in Canada compared to like Calgary and Edmonton. Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, they're getting destroyed at the moment. Hey, I take it you've got the paid version of Streamyard.
Yes.
That's why you've got multiple cameras, right?
Well, what I've done is I've got my cell phone as an invite.
Oh, right. Okay. I tried that once and I got really bad feedback because I couldn't turn the volume down on the phone camera and it was just bouncing back and forward. But then I realized I could just do the little switch on the side of the phone to cut the audio. I never thought of that until recently.
Yeah, in the early days when I started using there were problems with audio from a cell phone, and often they would cut you off. And then they started allowing by invite for an extra cost.
I am just, oh, there, cool. Right, so that's my platform that I'm working on.
Yeah, I saw you working on that the other night.
So I had to go out to the hobby store to get some styrene tubing because I'm going to be drilling holes along the platform and then feeding the wires through. But I've got like 5 inches, well, 3 inches of foam, another inch of plywood to get through. And I'm going to be using those like micro LEDs, and those wires are so fine. There's no way that they're strong enough to go all the way through unless I have like a tube. So I thought I need a little thin styrene tube to feed them through. So I went to the hobby store yesterday and there was a pack of 5 and it's like $10, Charlie, which is just ridiculous, right? And I would need like 4 packs to do them all.
Yeah,
I'm like,
there's
oh my God, $100. And then, do you know what, Charlie? I thought, wait a minute, I only need to feed them through, and then I can remove the styrene tubing once the wires are in. So I only need one pack. So that's what I did.
well, that seems a bit expensive, more than what I've paid. You can also have picked up a brass tube.
I'm not a fan of running wires through metal, to be honest. Especially those micro LEDs, because they're so skinny that the insulation might just chafe and suddenly we've got a short.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm running my track cleaner round because I realised I hadn't cleaned the track after I did all that ballast, and you know, with the glue everywhere. So hopefully it's okay now.
So tell me again, do you have styrene below the platform or foam board?
Oh, right. Below the platform is cork.
Oh, okay.
So it's 2 layers of the cork road bed or track bed under the cardboard platforms. But you know what? You just use whatever gives you the height. You're not going to see it anyway.
Yeah. I discovered that in my case, if you use 2 layers of drywall, that was about 19 millimeters. Millimeters.
Yeah. I'm not keen on drywall unless it's on wall. It's a bit messy.
Sorry, where are the lights going?
Haven't decided yet, but at the edge opposite the yellow line, all the way down there. So I'm thinking maybe 6 or 7 each side, pointing inwards a bit. Yeah, just along the edge of the wall, if you like. And it's the single sort of street lights. I haven't really found anything. There's not a huge variety in lights. You know, even on AliExpress, it's those sort of silver ones with the wee sort of fake boards and this clipped onto the side. You know, the wee advertising boards. There's not a huge amount out there, to be honest.
I bought those one from Hobby Hut. I haven't put them in yet, but they're the old-fashioned style. Yeah,
I know the ones you mean, but I'm kind of going for a more modern station here. That's all. We'll see. It'll look fine. The only downside is they're not as bright as I liked, and it's more of a yellowy white. And I was really wanting a bright white. I just can't find them anywhere. And they're real expensive if you buy them in hobby stores. You know that.
Yeah, that's true. I have to say, your backdrop is spectacular.
Thank you. I'm really pleased with that. I've noticed James at Dundas Junction did something similar.
Oh, is that right? I haven't seen it.
I don't think he copied me. I think he'd always planned to do that. I just got in there first.
Yeah. When you step back and show the whole layout, it looks particularly well done. You know, the lighting's perfect, and I hadn't realised you were putting in overhead lighting.
Yeah, the lighting makes a huge difference because if you look at the mountains in the distance, the contrast between the darker to the lighter mountains, there's a sort of natural mist effect.
Yeah.
Which is just an optical illusion. I didn't add that in, but it's I like it a lot.
Yeah,
not quite decided what I'm doing on the left-hand side there where the trees are.
You
know, it might be like, low relief build, whatever it is, the short face buildings or just a bunch of trees. I haven't decided.
Yeah, it's a watercolor technique. You know, the distance, the middle, and the foreground.
Yeah. Let's see. I can cycle through my cameras, but it takes a wee minute for them to load up. Let's see. I'll try not to get a dodgy cam. The problem with
because you're using OBS?
No, through this isn't OBS. This is obviously Streamyard, but they only list them as Next to go FHD webcam, and I've got like 3 of them. They've all got the same name. And then I've got USB camera, USB camera, USB camera. So I don't know what
that's
it is.
confusing.
So I click on it. So let's see what this is. It's going to be potluck. I don't even know what this will be. If it ever loads up. It does take a minute. Yeah, thank you, Tom. Ah, see that one? You don't even see it because the contrasts are bad. That's my... Next to the PC. Let's try... See what this one is. What are you working on today, Charlie?
Basically this. I've got a number of little projects on the go, but I never seem to get to them.
Oh, I know the feeling.
I've got a box full of locos that I need to fix.
Yeah, I decided that the train that's running around just now is I think it's a Proto 2000 E7 or whatever I got, and I just had it sitting there for ages, and it's a really nice loco. I thought, I need to get a decoder on this, so I did that yesterday. Took my time, added a little Mars light and everything, but I didn't do that on camera. Sometimes you just got to get on with stuff, you know. Now, what's Mr.
Yeah, when you
Leopard
get
still
too
talking
many
about?
interests.
Oh, meant to be out gaming. Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. When you get too many interests, you're too easily distracted.
yes, yes. Oh, I've still got cars out in the garage I'm supposed to be building, but I just can't be bothered these days. Getting old, back's hurting, weather sucks now, so any excuse not to go out there.
Yeah, well, talking of which, my son-in-law's dad restores Generation 1 Camaros.
Nice.
And he took his latest, a 1969 gold-coloured one that he rebuilt to Chicago for that big show. So he got first prize for best Camaro,
Oh, wow. That's
and he
excellent.
got second overall in the show.
Yeah, that's
So he's
amazing.
very pleased.
Hey, good afternoon, Mike. This isn't my stream, by the way. This is Charlie's stream.
Trackside, how are you? Yeah. There you go.
Look at that. Look at my Mars light. So that's using one of those TCS decoders. You've got the option to add different types of lights. And I changed the color of the bulb in the Mars light as well, just to make it a warm white so they weren't exactly the same.
Mm.
That's as slow as I can make it
Have you
pulsate.
tried painting the bulb?
Tried what, sorry?
Painting the bulb.
Why would I do that? To what color? They're two
Well,
different types of
Well,
bulbs.
if you
I've
wanted
got.
to change the color.
Oh no, I've got the warm white and I've got the bright white bulbs. They're really cheap. Got them on
Oh,
AliExpress.
okay.
Packs of 50 for like 3 pence, you know.
Yeah.
They're so
Somebody
cheap,
had
those bulbs.
said, somebody had said they were trying to get a warm light and they painted the bulbs.
Yeah, that's the easy way to do it, I suppose. If you don't have a whole selection of bulbs, you know. My only concern is if
Yeah.
you know the paint might fade or wash away over time. That's all.
Yeah.
I suppose you could put a bit of coloured film over the lens, but then
Yeah, you
who's
could do
coloured
that.
film lying about, you know? Let's see what other cameras are working then, since we're stuck in this one. Let's go with this one. It's potluck. I've no idea what's going to pop up. Hope it's not pointing at anything rude.
There's a tip from Leper's Tail.
I don't know if we're allowed that anymore. I think that might be banned in Canada.
Hmm.
This will be interesting to see if this flickers. I was having a flicker problem, or not so much a flicker, but a sort of jittery problem going through this cut.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Oh yeah, I should do that as well, eh? There we go. There's my like for you. Doesn't auto update though. You'd need to refresh the page to see any likes.
Oh,
It's funny. Hello, Willow Creek. It's funny, Charlie. You get completely different people coming in than I do in my streams. Because I don't know Leopard's Tail, don't know Willow Creek. I know Trackside Mike. He gets everywhere. He's a live stream whore.
And here's our Kiwi friend, Brad. I think Brad's at work.
Work. That's for suckers and losers, that is.
I'm glad that's done. But I'm a bit pissed because I'm not going to get my $250.
For what?
Oh, the money that Trudeau was handing out.
What was his reasoning for this particular handout?
I think it was a sort of carbon tax thing.
Oh, right. I get a carbon tax rebate every month. Most Canadians do.
Yeah, but this was something else.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've forgotten what it is, though. Maybe Mike will remind us. There we go. I'll leave it on that one. And what about this tax-free thing? When's that supposed to kick in? Is that like middle of December for Christmas shopping?
Tax-free?
Yeah, he was going to cut the tax. Like completely cut the tax for retail for a couple of months.
I know that the Premier was talking about that.
Yeah. Mr. Ford. You know that they're only doing all this because it's an election year next year.
You're not coming across here very clear.
Oh, really? Strange. I wonder if it's using the wrong mic now. Let me check. No, it should be using the right mic. Maybe I can adjust it. Okay,
Yeah,
how
your
about now?
mic's breaking up.
Is that any better now? Mic should be fine.
I guess it depends where you are.
I'm right beside the mic. I couldn't get any closer.
Trackside Mike said you're breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
Lintree Town, good afternoon.
Going to try and get back to my camera, but I can't remember which one it is. So Tom reckons that the mics are fine. It's probably Mike. He's got like prehistoric equipment over there.
Yeah, it's difficult to say.
You seem to be stuck in all my cams, Charlie. You need to get some of your cameras working just now because it's your stream. Come on, man.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you an opportunity to show off what you've got. And not everybody has probably been in to see you, but now they will. Anyway, I'm just dropping in some different names here. The guy under FOS Scale Models, it's just a superb layout that he's got, that he's building around New York City. He's done all these buildings and like just incredible work. And that guy there, Illuminated Models, I caught him this morning. He was doing some lighting in a locomotive, coaches, whatever. Interesting work, worthwhile visiting. Dave, do you want out?
There we go. I was talking to you and you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, can hear you now.
Okay, so I was saying, do you only do British type locos around your layout?
Generally speaking, yeah. I have, just a second here. I have those there, but yeah, I generally don't run them. A friend gave me them. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got some British stuff. I just prefer the North American because it's all new and shiny to me. I saw plenty of the British stuff when I grew up there, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, when I was growing up in Glasgow, I think Triang came out with a transcontinental set, and it was so different and intriguing, right? And, you know, everybody wanted to get stuff from the States.
Yeah. So here's something interesting. My first ever visit to a model railway club was in Elderslie, Johnston. You know where that is? So I was maybe 6, 7 years old, very young, obviously. So I was doing a wee search online, and the club is still going, and it's still in the same building. They actually ended up buying a building. I think it was like an old church hall kind of deal.
Really?
So they've bought over the building. If you look it up, it's Renfrewshire District Model Railway Club, I think it is. Might have changed name a couple of times. But you know, the sad thing is, Charlie, all the people that I remember from when I was 7 years old, they're probably all gone now because they were all old men when I was
exactly.
7. Isn't that sad? It's like the chances. For example, my papa at the time, he took me along. My grandpa took me along. So he would have been about 60-ish, 70-ish at the time. And that's like nearly 50 years ago. Oh my God.
Time flies.
So old.
Yeah.
But it's good that it's all passed down to the next generations and the club's still going strong. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I saw them on YouTube. They had a model railway show. Or they had been to one and recorded it.
I've tried doing some videos of train shows. Well, the thing is, Charlie, as you know, train shows here are not the same as train shows in the UK.
No.
Our train shows are mostly just flea markets. They're just swap meets with the odd person that takes a small layout with them. I haven't seen a proper train show in Canada, to be honest.
Well, I must admit that I've been to a couple. They used to have the Great Christmas Train Show. And,
Okay.
And that was very diverse, had all kinds of layouts. But I don't think they do that anymore. And in terms of the swap meet, there's one coming up, I think, this weekend in Mississauga. I'll need to check.
I think that was last weekend. I think it was just Sunday there. There was one in Mississauga.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The next train show for me will be Woodstock, a week on Sunday. And again, when I say train show, it's just a big vendor fest. 2 halls full of vendors, which is fine. That's what I want at the moment. I want to buy more stuff that I don't need, as usual.
The Great British Train Show, which was a sort of biannual thing up until COVID, it's normally held out in Brampton, and you get lots of good layouts there.
I did go to that one this year. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I met you there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You'd actually bought some stuff, and you didn't show me.
Oh, that's right.
That would be, you were going to show them it on your show the next day.
That's where I got the Flying Scotsman, which turned out to not run on my track.
Oh. It wouldn't run?
No, I gave it away. The flanges on the pilot wheels and the trailing wheels were too big. The loco itself, the wheels were fine, but everything else was derailing. And I'm not about to change my entire track because it's code 83. If I'd gone code 100, everything would be fine. Yeah. But no, I chose the wrong track, as usual.
Well, I've got a couple of older locos, and when they go through an area that I've ballasted, the grind. And I've often considered that I'd get the flanges turned down, and I've seen it done. I've seen somebody, maybe Double O Bill, he put it in a vise and then used his little grinder, but you have to keep checking the diameter.
I know, I tried that as well with a little Dremel tool, but it's so much work, I just thought, you know what, I gave the Flying Scotsman away. That was the one that had the double tender set.
Oh, right,
really nice. And I gave that to Joe down in Ohio. No, not Ohio.
Nice.
Utah. Joe's the guy that sent me the big boy, and also recently,
well, that's a good swap.
Yeah, I think so. That was, you got to pay it forward or backwards or whatever it is you pay it, but you can't just expect to be given stuff all the time,
No, true. I was in San Diego, and they've got a model railroad museum. It is spectacular. Unbelievable. If you're ever down that way, you should go and check it out. I did a video and posted it on my channel. Incredible work. And the East York Model Railroad Club. You should get in touch with them, Dave, and ask them to give you a tour. It's a fabulous layout. It used to be right downtown in a basement in Liberty Village. And then they were told they had to move out. And then they found this place in East York. Spectacular.
Yeah, I just try and stay away from the Toronto area completely. It's not so much the area, it's the traffic. Traffic is an absolute nightmare. You know what it's like.
I know. I get stuck downtown trying to come from the east end to the west end. And I get put off the Lakeshore or the Gardiner, and I was down on Lakeshore. And it took me an hour to get past Yonge Street and Bay Street. It's awful.
Hold on, Leopard's Tail's talking about Aldi pigs in blanket crisps. Oh, that sounds great. We don't get Aldi here. We get it. You get Aldi in the USA, but not in Canada for some weird reason.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Which is really annoying. I love the center aisle in Aldi, or the center tables in Aldi, where it was just random things like,
Yeah.
canoes and all sorts of weird tools. I used to love that. You just drop in and see what nonsense they had.
Yeah, somebody told me they got some train stuff there too.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't like junk. It was decent stuff at a good price. So, I mean, when I say it was decent stuff, I just mean it was reasonable. It wasn't junk. Yeah. Tom says they don't get Aldi in Northern Ireland either, which is really weird because Northern Ireland's part of Britain. Southern Ireland, I would expect it maybe to be different, but I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a competitor to Aldi in Canada and they just don't want to upset the apple cart.
Costco.
Can't think who, though.
Well, that's the only one I would think of is Costco. There's Tom telling Pico.
Oh, Lidl. Yeah,
What's
we
that
don't
like,
get Lidl
Tom?
either. Right, I suppose I better get back to work and get my platform
All right,
built.
Dave. Hey,
What time is it? Oh, it's lunchtime. I need to feed the puppy as well.
yeah, I appreciate you dropping by.
Yeah, so I was just you were talking about the decoder before I go, by the way. Just pretty much everything that I put a decoder in, it's all the TCS decoders, they're all the same type. So it was just, if you were wanting to put one in a loco, then if you let me know what type of loco, then I'll do that one tomorrow night. As in, like, is it an Athern, is it an Atlas, or is it all just going to be
I
British
don't
stuff?
care, whatever one.
Yeah, but there's a big difference in how they get wired up, that's all. So if you were going to do one, it would make sense for me to do something similar so that you know how to do it.
All right, I'll give that some thought.
Okay. You can just drop me a message and wherever. Yeah, it's more whether or not I need to do one that involves isolating the motor or if it can just be wired straight up in the top. Who's this weirdo?
Hi, weirdo with a good hair.
Yeah, I haven't done my hair and makeup today, which is why I'm not on screen.
Yeah. All right,
No,
Dave.
seriously, we don't have names under you, so I'm not sure who you are. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I'm Tom Houston.
Oh, you're Tom, right? Okay.
Just popped in to say hello.
Well, that's good of you, Tom.
Not really.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Fine. Looking at yeah.
So how's your 3D printing going?
Oh, it's okay. I put up a couple more videos recently about a few little junk items that I've done. The big one was the coal loads, but I did a couple of bits of Hornby Triang did a Royal Mail coach, and I did some replacement mail bags for it. Back for I originally did them years ago for Barry Davis, and the other thing I did was a replacement ramp for a Hornby, again, Hornby Triang, that's the old stuff, car transporter for Alan Reynolds down in Dover.
Oh, really?
So I'll put a couple of those videos up. So
was that a repair piece or the whole thing?
Oh, just a couple of spare parts. I don't have one with me, but there's a basic flat car with two ramps either side, which allow the which hinge up and down and allow the cars to drive on and drive off in real life, and they're renowned for just getting lost. There's also a couple of handrails which sometimes were not supplied with the kit, and other times again they're little bits that get lost along the way. And the one that I had was dating from the 1990s, so I've lost lots of bits since then.
Yeah, I've got a whole set of the Triang car carriers from the Carabelle set.
Oh yes, yeah, they're the double deckers.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, the ones I'm talking about, the single deckers.
Yeah, I know the ones. Yeah. Well, those old Triang ones, some of the bits, the stanchions for the rail, whatever, fall off. Right. Or a gate has disappeared.
Yeah, that's. But again, it's the sort of thing that I've been 3D printing, just spare parts and replacement parts.
Yeah, well, that's what 3D printing is great for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do miniatures. A lot of the people who buy 3D printers do buy them because they're into the wargaming type miniatures field. But I use them for spare parts. I've done spare parts for my car, spare parts for my son's bed, for example. I've even done a bit for my toilet. Yeah. Really useful for printing bits that are no longer available, like these ramps for the car wagons.
Yeah, that's true.
The mail coaches, Leopard's Tail. The mail coaches are one of the more fun things that Hornby came up with from the early days. Yeah, they have a great play value.
I've got a set around here somewhere. I never did open it up, but so I didn't want to lose the parts.
Oh, Kelly.
Well, Kelly, thanks for dropping by.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Great to see and hear you. As they would say, gone yourself. Never a dull moment.
No.
So I'm going downtown this afternoon. Down to around Bloor Street, which is nearly all the way down to the lake. So that takes me about an hour and a half, roughly. Takes me half an hour to drive to the subway. And then about 45 minutes to get to Bloor Street, and then I change the subway and go west 3 stops. Yeah.
Is that into is it Richmond or is it into Toronto?
Say that again, Tom.
Sorry, was that into Toronto or was that was it Richmond you live in?
I live in Richmond Hill, which is directly north from Toronto. So I drive for about 30 minutes and I got on the end of the subway. And then that takes me down to the other line that goes east-west. And I take it for about 3 stations to where I'm going. So you can buy a ticket and use it for a period of 2 hours. So that means you can go south, east or west, jump on a bus, and do all the same backwards using your card.
All right, that's
And
useful.
I think it's $3.75 per trip.
Right.
So it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, the only time I've done that sort of journey was when I was over in Montreal. It was sort of $2 to go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. But that was a few years back.
That was a few years back. Yeah, 24 to be exact.
Yeah. I used to go up and down to Montreal often because we had an office there, and the client was on the South Shore, Quebec Iron and Titanium. So I'd often have to go and visit the site.
Right. We were out by Lachine. There was a big GE. It's on the way to the airport, I think, to Laval. It's there was a big General Electric building there.
There was a big what?
Sorry, General Electric, GE.
Oh yeah.
Building.
Out towards the train yard.
Yes. In fact, the train line ran along the back of our car park in Lachine.
Yeah, I had some friends who lived around there, but they left Montreal when the language thing began to force them out.
Yes, it was
decisions that have to be made.
Yeah, it was interesting when I was there.
Well, I'm just looking at the time, and what time is it? Oh, it's 12:25.
So it's 17:25 here.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah. So it's getting close for me to get off of here. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yep, you've got to go. You got to go downtown.
Yeah, and as I said, I've got 8 days left, or 7. Right. So I'm going to try and do a little gig every day.
Well, you might as well make the most of your.
Yeah. And I might keep the last one to go for between Christmas and New Year, and then I'm done. And by that time, I would have found something else. There's a leopard's tail heading off.
Right. Yes, I think I'll head off as well.
All right, Tom. So Kelly's looking for a Christmas train. I've actually got the Hornby Christmas train. I might pull it out sometime. Keep her happy. All right, lads. I have to go, and thanks again for dropping in. Good to see you, Tom.
All right.
Always something interesting to talk about.
Just a point of interest here. How do I leave? Do I do this remove from stage?
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Tom. Okay, so that's another day done. And thanks again for dropping by. If there's any topic that you'd like to bring up, please do so and drop a note. And I'm sure we'll be able to address it. And don't forget to look at the list that I made there of the various modelers that you should check out on YouTube. it's challenging trying to talk with these in your ear because there's a delay and an echo. So it doesn't always work, especially you just want to have a one-on-one. Yeah, well, please stay safe. Look after yourself. Happy modelling, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Wow, that was the Flying Scotsman. Welcome to Partickhill Station.